Hello everyone, we're the Celestial Coven. This is Lune, and today we're doing a special reading just for other plurals out there, those with DID, OSDD, or any other form of plurality. Now, Singlets can watch this one too, but anytime I mention alters or anything like that, just imagine that as parts of you within you that can work together. Generally, this reading is going to be more applicable to plurals. So this reading is about the next steps for your system harmony. So that is how your system can work together to promote the well-being and functionality of the system as a whole. So let's get into that by going into pile select now. So we have 4 piles today, and these are going to be pile 1 here with this pyrite and the earth symbol. We have pile 2 here with the Labradorite and the water symbol. We have pile 3 here with the clear quartz and the and the air symbol. And we have pile 4 here with the amber and the fire symbol. So go ahead and select your piles however you see fit, and whenever you're ready, the timestamps are below, and we will see you in the reading. Hi there, pile 1. For those of you who picked the pile with the pyrite and the earth symbol, this is going to be your reading for what the next steps in your system harmony looks like. So first we're going to look at your signifier card here, and let's put that there for now. And so for your signifier, this is going to be the overall theme of what will be a good step forward in your system harmony. So let's look at that for you. Healing. Well, this is a journey of every plural. That's why I kind of chuckled at this, because, you know, we've all been through some serious stuff. And healing is obviously a path that we all take in some form or another. And I think that the healing journey is really emphasized for your system right now. Now, what this is going to look like is going to be a little different to everybody, but we will get more details on this in the reading itself. So we're going to start by getting into some tarot, and then we'll pull some Mystic Cycles Oracle cards after that to get some other relevant information. I'm just going to put this up here for now. I don't know if it's... it's still visible. Okay. This is the Cosmic Coven Tarot. And yes, we did pick it because it's very close to our system name. But yes, so what is coming up for the next steps for pile 1's system harmony journey? What is coming up for the next steps in pile 1's system harmony journey? What is coming up for pile 1 and their system harmony journey? Alright. What's coming up? Alright. Let's actually just a second for now. Do this like this. Okay. Alright. I wanted to come out. Oh. There's another one. Wanted to come up face. We're actually going to look at these. So we have the 5 of Swords reversed, King of Cups reversed, 4 of Wands, and then any last ones? One more. Oh, alright then. Cosmic Coven, which is an extra card in this deck. It's the name of the deck. It's an extra major arcana, but we'll get into that. Let's get some clarifiers. So can we clarify the 5 of Swords, please? Spirit guides of pile 1. Oh, here we go. We have the 9 Pentacles. Let's see, is that actually visible enough? Let's see. Not quite. Let me try to move these up a little. Okay. Hope that's visible enough. Okay. Can we clarify the King of Cups, please, Spirit Guides of pile 1? Clarify the King of... Oh, here we go. Alright, that's clarified by the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Can we clarify the 4 of Wands, please, Spirit Guides of... Oh, jeez. Wow, that one fell off the table. One sec. And it was the Tower. It fell off the table, so we're going to get into that. Please excuse the sounds you might hear from outside. If you consider them part omens, there was a whistling, so something calling to you in a way that's going to come up here. But we'll get to that. And can we clarify the Cosmic Coven, please, Spirit Guides of pile 1? Clarify the Cosmic Coven, please, Spirit Guides of pile 1. Thank you. Alright, and that's going to be clarified by the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Alright, so let's get into this pile 1. So, firstly, I'm seeing that there is some unresolved conflict for your system right now. So there may be system members that don't quite get along, or at least they might have had some sort of minor spat or argument. You know, I'm not seeing anything like huge divide here, although for some small amount of you there might be, but like, this is a minor arcana, so I'm seeing like some minor conflict going on that's not being resolved. Maybe there's been some, you know, there's been a lot going on in your lives, so you haven't been able to really work on it, or maybe it's just been that, you know, said alters aren't really willing to see eye to eye on the matter. And I'm getting that this has to do with the material world, so this is like money or jobs or something to do with your prosperity. It could also have to do with your health, so it could have to do with like physical health too. Like there's some sort of decision that you all have been trying to make, but it's been complicated by difference of opinion or 2 different ways that people want to go about it. So I'm seeing that being a part of your situation right now, is this conflict needing to be resolved as a part of your healing journey. So that's going to be one of the first things y'all are going to want to clear up a little bit. What I do want to pull a kind of how thing for this, but before I do that, I want to see if that's answered in the rest of these. Because we have the King of Cups in reverse, so I'm getting with this situation, right? I do think this is tied together. This is one of y'all's hosts, or maybe your main host, or maybe just somebody who fronts a lot, but they are not feeling it or just don't have their heart in something. Like it's kind of pouring out. They might be pouring out all their heart, their energy to things that they don't want to be pouring it into. So like this could be making this conflict difficult because they think that you know, whoever this is the one who's not willing to work on things. I think somebody is not, one of you guys is not willing to really meet the others in the way that others might want. Like there might be a majority opinion on how something should go, but this particular host or member of your system just really doesn't want, like, it just feels like it would be draining to them. It feels like it would not, you know, it would make them, they would make them emotionally dysregulated and unable to maintain mastery of their, you know, emotional state. And so they don't want to work on this, right? Because this is about, because 3 of Pentacles, when this is upright, this is about working together, and like collaboration. It's a motorcycle going by, my apologies. Yeah, this is something that is kind of, you know, I'm getting this is like a fast energy because of the motorcycle, so I think this is something that's kind of been all at once for you guys. So like it may be very stressful and emotionally draining, and I think that this particular host is feeling that. So let's get into what this is going to look like here, because I feel the shift from the past, present, and into near future here. So let's get into this. We have this Four of Wands, which is the Harmony card. This is about celebration and coming together, and you know, it's the stable part of fire. So it is, you know, getting, you know, all these erratic energies in harmony with each other. And so, like, I think that there is a solution that will bring you guys together here, but it's going to be something that's going to require y'all to kind of dismantle whatever idea you have right now and kind of build it from the ground up again. So, like, if this is like a business or a career path y'all are considering, I would say don't give up on it necessarily, but at least deconstruct it and break it down and figure out what lays beneath it. Why do y'all want to do that? What do you think it's going to bring into your life? And is that, you know, a why that is, you know, to be considered? Because if it's not, then that might be what's draining this King of Cups person here in your system. So, like, it's really important to deconstruct your fundamental beliefs about whatever this path is. It doesn't mean it's a bad path, but maybe there's a different way to go about it that y'all haven't been considering here. And I think that's pretty important. So I do think that this has something to do with community, and I'll get back to this in a second, but this has something to do with your community, because the Cosmic Coven is all about being a part of the larger, like when a tarot reader draws it, it's about being part of the larger tarot community, being part of the larger mystical community, magical community, people who are all part of this web together. And it doesn't have to be necessarily a mystical community, but whatever community you hold near and dear to your heart, whether that's the plural community, whether that's neurodivergent community or queer community, anything like that, whoever is like really like intertwined with you guys, this community is going to be a major resource for you. So maybe looking to this community to figure out how to take whatever rubble has been broken down, like whatever parts you've broken apart, to see what the right path might be. They might be able to show you like how you can put it together in the way that you want, and the way that would satisfy all parties involved. I do think, like, if this has to do with your health, this might have to do with you know, looking into like actual like professional health communities that talk about these particular topics. Like if you're on social media, you know, there are people you can follow that might be wise in those matters, you know, whether that's YouTube or TikTok or to some degree even Facebook. But like I would say, you know, in this community, right, we have this Queen of Pentacles reversed, but I do see them like kind of facing each other, which is interesting. And so this community, you know, it might not like have a lot of material resources, but the actual abundance that it can bring to you and the wealth of like the wealth and the value sense that it can bring to you is not to be underestimated. And I think that also I'm getting for some of you to check in with one of your caretakers, if you have caretakers, one of them that help take care of your body, and see if they know a lead that you guys can follow, because they might. But that's for some of you. Back to this tower for a second, because I do remember that this leaped off the table when we were shuffling, and so, you know, the bringing together of you guys on a decision on the matter or on the right path forward ultimately will be kind of unexpected. I think like once you're able to, you know, through your community reach out and find the building blocks or the way to put the building blocks back together, right, you might be able to find that there's a very quick and sudden, you know, shift that might be a little uncomfortable still. But I think even at that point, you know, people will be willing to give it a go. And I do think that ultimately what you guys want here is, you know, this sense of everything's fine in a physical sense. Like, you know, having what you need and like, you know, having abundance in the sense of like not having to worry about your circumstance. And, you know, I do see that, like, for some of you it has to do with acceptance and self-acceptance too. And so, like, that might have to do with, you know, for some of you it's also kind of a spiritual and mental health journey too. But, like, in general, it's about being, you know, prosperous and stable in a sense. And I think that y'all have, you know, great intentions. You all want the same thing. But there's just a disagreement on how the structure needs to be built. And so the structure that's currently been built really should be dismantled, you know, not necessarily abandoned, because that rubble could be useful to build something new, but definitely taken apart and to see more clearly on the horizon. So that's what I'm seeing for your tarot right now. I'm going to pull some Mystic Cycles Oracle cards to get some further messages for you guys, to see if there's any... Oh, one wanted to jump out immediately. Any additional, you know, messages or energies that might be significant or helpful to y'all. Oh, geez. Jumping off the table again. Okay. The one that jumped off the table was the waning crescent. And we also have the waning gibbous. Okay. So that's interesting. Let's do that. Alright, so these might... Any of these could be timings that might be significant to you, depending on when you're seeing this and what's coming up in the near future. Like, if you all have these things coming up in the near future, whether it's close to the moss when you're watching this, or whether it's, you know, close to the waning moon, right? This could be significant timings for when, if you take the actions recommended, that you'll start to see these shifts as was read about in the reading. And the waning is about release. So it might, again, in this case, I think releasing, you know, what has been, you know, any extra, I'm getting this, okay. Anything extra, like, I think one of the things that might be draining to this King of Cups is that it's too much. Like, not that, you know, anything about your healing journey is too much, but, like, what I mean is, like, there's too many, it hasn't been broken down into smaller steps, or and for some of you, for others, it's like, there's some unnecessary parts that don't necessarily need to be done, but some that do, and, like, they, you know, there might be a balance that needs to be found, but, like, it involves stripping away some parts or all of this. And in Lamas here, we have an emphasis on skills. I usually see this when it's not a specific timing. So I think really look to who of your system members have what skills that could be helpful in this situation, because I think that, you know, some might not be feeling like their skills are being fully made use of or acknowledged, and they might be able to help in this way too. Like, if your caretaker knows something, or perhaps your King of Cups wants a different part to play. But in general, I think that, you know, taking the skills of individual members into account and deconstructing whatever it is that you're trying to build so far to kind of see if it really works and how to rebuild it, as well as, you know, shedding away whatever isn't necessary or helpful, right, is going to be the way you go. And definitely look to that community. You know, there's a lot to share between folks, so you know, you'll definitely learn some things that might give you new insights on ways to rebuild this. But you have to let go of the attachment to the current way you're thinking of proceeding to kind of find a solution that works for everybody. And that's what I'm seeing for this right now. I hope that this was helpful for you, Pile 1, and I really hope that y'all are able to come to an agreement that is healthy and good for you all. So thank you for joining me here, and we will see you in the next reading. Hi there, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. If you picked the Labradorite with the water symbol, then this reading is for you. And we're going to be looking at what the next steps are in your system harmony journey and any advice that might come up for you as a result of that. So this card here is going to be specifically for the major theme that is going to be relevant to you in your current journey. So let's get into it. Current theme is peace for you all. Very lovely. So it may be that there has been a not so peaceful time for your system recently, and so peace has been a goal of yours. If you're drawn to water in this Labradorite, that also makes sense that peace would come up for you all. So we're going to get into the details of that by going into your tarot, and we will also pull some cards from the Mystic Cycles Oracle near the end of this reading. So let's do some of these tarot. So let's get the tarot out and we'll get going on this. Alright, I'll put this aside for now. Alright. Spirit guides of pile 2. What are the next steps in their journey of system harmony? What are the next steps for pile 2 in system harmony, please and thank you? What are the next steps for pile 2 for system harmony, please and thank you? What are the next steps for pile 2? Thank you. What are the next steps for pile 2 in their system harmony? What are the next steps for pile 2 in their system harmony? Jeez, I think this one wants to come out here. What are the next steps for pile 2? Their journey to system harmony. What are the next steps? Oh, okay. So far we're at, they always remind me of the third card. The Fool. 4 Pentacles reversed. Devil. What are the next? Oh, okay. Well, we'll put these aside because I do think these also wanted to come out, but they're not going to be part of this one. Okay, so we have the 6 of Cups. Okay. This is always a little different for systems. We'll get into that though. Let's get some clarifiers. Some clarifiers for pile 2, please and thank you. Can we clarify the Fool, please, Spirit Guides of pile 1? Or 2, sorry. Can we clarify the Fool, please, Spirit Guides of pile 2? And please get some clarity for the Fool. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's 3 cards. I guess your guides have a lot to say to you today, so I guess we'll put them here. But we will try to condense them a little bit for time, maybe. Alright. Can we get some clarification for the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, please? Clarification for... Thank you. There's some clarification for the Devil, please. I'm actually going to put these up too. Hold on. So we have 6 of Wands reversed, 7 of Pentacles reversed, and 5 of Wands reversed. Okay, and this is going to be Ace of Wands. Some clarification for the Devil, please and thank you. Clarification for the Devil, please and thank you. Clarification for the Devil, please. Okay. Well, we got the King of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Cups reversed. I'm getting some of my polyfragmented systems pick this file. Not all of you, but probably most of you are polyfragmented systems, because we got a lot popping out here, and I'm just getting that vibe. Alright. Can you clarify the 6 of Cups, please? Can you clarify the 6 of Cups? Okay, thank you. This is the Aerophant. Okay. And we'll get these two cards out at the end as well. So, pile 2. We have a lot happening for you guys right now. I can see why peace is a priority for you, because it does seem like there is a lot disrupting that peace right now. So we're going to get into that and what you guys can do about that. So, firstly, related to this situation, we have the Fool and this 5 of Wands in reverse. So, and there are 2 other cards here with it. So the 6 of Wands in reverse and the 7 of Pentacles. So what I'm getting here, first and foremost, is y'all have been trying new things, or maybe something big that's new. There's been a huge new beginning for y'all in some way, shape, or form. And ultimately, this was to try to get out of a competitive atmosphere. And I'm getting that there's kind of a... you don't want to be constantly competing with everyone. And I'm getting that. I'm also seeing that you felt a lack of recognition for what you do, because you do a lot. Y'all are doing a lot of hard work, right? And you haven't been feeling recognized. You've been feeling like, you know, people have been trying to compete with you, or like, you know, try to show you up and not recognize the stuff that you've been doing. And this could be people from within your system, like other system members. It could also be people outside the system not seeing everything that you guys are doing. And that can be really frustrating. So I'm taking it that you're taking this new beginning to try to better this situation, to try to gain the recognition that you know you deserve, and the, you know, and to have your work be appreciated. The things that you're working on. This doesn't necessarily have to be like actual jobs and stuff. It could be any, you know, anything you're putting a lot of time and energy and effort into. But it could be for some of you that there's work involved. But like, I'm getting that it's just, you guys have been doing a lot of growth, a lot of, you know, cool projects. You've been helping out a lot. You've been doing a lot of, you know, sprucing up, and you've been doing a lot of things. And the people around you just, you know, don't want to acknowledge that and want to make it, you know, want to take credit, or want to, you know, not really acknowledge your efforts. So whatever this new beginning you guys are starting in, it's to try to, you know, reach for something better. And so I can understand and appreciate that for you guys. So what we have here with this 4 of Pentacles in reverse is, I'm seeing a lot of you, it's money tightness. Like, you don't have resources. Like, they're slipping through your fingers. And I think that that is, of course, stressful for everybody who has to go through that. So, like, you might feel like, you know, every time you have resources, they're immediately gone, right? And so that's been a struggle for you, is holding on to these resources. And I think that, you know, we have this Ace of Wands here, which is another kind of newness energy, right? So I think that you have inspiration, right? It's probably a part of this new beginning that is supposed to help bring those resources back, or bring you new resources, or is intended to help you hold on to what you have, and preserve what you have. And so I can see where the struggle is right now, because, you know, we live in a late stage capitalist society where it's really hard to make ends meet, and, you know, in the meantime, everybody is freaking out, and compassion fatigue is everywhere, so people aren't able to really, you know, have as much empathy or compassion for other people. And so it's kind of this, you know, really rough state to be in. And so I hear you guys, like, this, it sucks, but there's ways out of this. It's just, it's a journey, you know, for anybody who's in this situation. But what you've got here, right, is the devil. And the devil is often read by a lot of people as something that's negative. And then, yes, it can refer to breaking free of, you know, harmful habits, right? So if that relates to anything that you guys are going through, like if you have some habits that you've been wanting to kick, it would be a good idea to do that because that's going to really help you in this new beginning. But I think that ultimately the devil I always see is about freeing yourself from constraints that, you know, would hold you back. Like the story of, you know, Lucifer is of rebelling against, you know, God, and, you know, this idea of seeking freedom for yourself even against impossible odds is kind of what I get from this here. So, you know, what I'm getting here is that these two, right, we have in connection to this devil that will help you free yourself, and this is about, so these are, I'm getting people or altars, so these could be altars within your system, or they could be people very close to y'all. So this King of Pentacles in reverse, now both of these are in reverse, which is notable, which tells me that these, you know, whichever one of you is watching this reading, or whichever ones of you are watching this reading out of your system, it's not related to y'all, it's related to others, so it could be other people in your system or people outside of your system. But ultimately the King of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, the King of Pentacles is a master of their material world. If this is a member of your system, this is someone who hosts a lot or who fronts a lot and who takes care of maybe finances or jobs or anything of that nature, or, you know, takes care of the body a lot, right? So this is a you know, someone who is in charge of that area of life. And if this is another person outside of y'all, then this could be a figure that has a lot of control over, you know, the physical situation that you guys are in. Now, before I tell you what these folks are for, let me tell you who the Page of Cups is. The Page of Cups, this is somebody who is a bit younger. I'm guessing that this could be one of your child altars, or it could be someone who is young and relatively inexperienced outside of your system. But this is someone who is trying to grow emotionally, who has, in this case, a lot of ideas, and is trying to offer them. So whoever that is for you, and whoever this King of Pentacles is for you, right, these people are going to be very relevant in your journey here in actually helping free you from this situation. So I would first listen to whoever this, if they have ideas, at least give them the time of day. Whoever this King of Pentacles is might benefit from trying to figure out how to make the Page's Cups ideas practical, right? Because their ideas are very fluid and you know, might not seem practical on the surface, but whoever this is could probably figure out a way to make those things practical. So I am getting some amount of creativity here. So this could be with this Ace of Wands. This all has a lot to do with inspiration, and I think that this person, whether this is, you know, one of your sysmates or whether this is somebody else, just, you know, even if it sounds silly, whatever they're saying, even if it sounds silly or like juvenile or whatever it is, run it by, you know, to really just think about how that might actually be able to be used to free you guys if you were able to make it practical, because somebody else knows how to make that practical and can make that happen. So I think that these wisdoms combined will be a key to your freedom in this situation. Now, furthermore, with this Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups, when reading for systems, is not the same. Now, normally people look at this and see nostalgia, innocence, and childhood. But, and I just heard children screaming outside as I was saying that. For systems, most of us who have gone through very extensive, in fact, all of us who have disorders related around plurality, have gone through extensive childhood trauma. And as such, the Six of Cups relating to our childhood, to when we look back at these things, is not necessarily a pleasant thing to look back on. So when seeing this card in combination with the Hierophant, what this is asking you to do to start freeing yourselves and going towards peace is this is also an internal process, not just a material one. In your past, you've had caregivers or people who are responsible for your well-being forcing a certain mindset on you. This could have been, religious trauma. It could have been something more like strict authoritarianism. Could have been something like, being led to believe things about the world that were just ultimately not the case. It could just be having conditioned you to believe certain things about the world that are not how you need to live. And addressing this root is going to be a part of this journey, right? Because this new beginning that you guys are starting, it's a great idea, it's lovely, it's beautiful, it could have some really abundant and, freeing results. But whoever was making you feel this way, unappreciated, unseen, unheard, like your ideas didn't matter, it probably came from this root right here. And it's going to need some addressing, whether in therapy or through shadow work or however you like to heal or is best for you to heal. This is going to be a major process for y'all. So if you do have, right, a child alter who went through this, nurturing them and reparenting them is going to be important for you during this journey. But regardless, nurturing and reparenting whoever it is, no matter how old they are in your system, whoever experienced this, is going to be important if y'all don't want to bring that energy with you into this new beginning. And that ultimately is going to be what helps bring you peace in this. Now, before we go into the Mystic Cycles Oracle, I'm going to look at these two cards that jumped out at the beginning. So we have the Ace of Swords reversed, interesting, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so we have three aces. One's missing. The only ace that isn't here is Pentacles. Right. So what I'm getting from that here is don't expect whatever idea this is to immediately make you a shit ton of money. That's not how that's going to work. It's going to be a little bit slower process if that's something that you're working on. But it might not have to do with money at all, but if it does, just don't expect that to be like snap, snap, right? Just know that things like that take time. But from the aces that are here, right, we have the Ace of Swords reversed. So the Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands upright. So the cards are asking you to basically focus on emotion and passion. Try not to be in your head too much, because what's coming in for you that will aid you, because these are gifts from the universe, right, the aces. What's coming in for you that will help you is coming from the emotional realm, whether that be, connections between altars in your system or connections with people close to you or just self-love. It's going to come from this area, which might involve working on these things. The Ace of Wands is about passion, connecting to your joy, connecting to what makes you feel authentic, because that is ultimately going to help you feel more free and more at peace as a result. But getting in your head too much about it is probably not the move. We don't have many swords here, so if you've been overthinking it, that's not the move. Overthinking is not where it's at. Definitely hear out, your page here. Obviously there's some thinking involved in your King of Pentacles decision making, but they should be basing it more in their bodies than in their minds. How does it feel in their body when they're making that decision, not in their minds? And that's what I'm getting from these tarot. So I just wanted to add those messages, but we're going to get into the Mystic Cycles Oracle real quick for you guys now. So these will give you some additional energies or timings or messages that might be important for y'all as well as what we've already said here. So what is important? Other information. Oh, something just turned over, didn't it? No, thought it did. All right. What is important for pile 2 to know additionally to what we have covered here? Oh, something did turn up. It's Beltane. Interesting. Okay, and then it kind of hid. So what else might come up, or what other timings or messages or energies might be relevant for pile 2 in their journey to system harmony? Okay, the Great Cycle. Another one turned up here, a couple of them actually. Well, we'll go with the first one that came out there. So, first quarter. Alright. So with Beltane, now some of these could have to do with timings, especially for these two, right? If Beltane is coming up soon from whenever it is you're watching this, then that timing could be relevant. If the next first quarter moon may be relevant for timings for this. Beltane might be relevant in general regardless of when you're watching this, because some of the stuff, especially the healing parts, will take a long time, so there might be a significant turning point in your healing close to Beltane if that's far away from you. First quarter will probably be a significant point for you as well. This Great Cycle in the middle here tells me that this time in your life is overall an important turning over of things. Like, there is a lot turning over, a lot changing, a lot shifting, and it will bring in a new kind of era for you all. So what I'm also getting from these energies here is the energy of, you know, this is a very passionate, embodied energy with Beltane. Beltane is spring. It is coming together in joy and in, you know, flirtation and in all these things. You know, it doesn't have to be necessarily about romance, but it could, you know, there could be some romantic energies in there. But yeah, there's this energy of, I think that the earth and fire of this reading is very important. This being embodied together, right? You all share a body. So getting to know that body and treating that body well and rejoicing in that body, even I know a lot of us don't like our bodies very much in plural systems, so, but in terms of rejoicing in the embodiment that we have, right, the ability to experience our world, the ability to enrich ourselves in this world, and I think that that is going to be something to really look at getting into more of with your system, because that might help you feel more unified as well, even if you all have, you know, a lot going on. This first quarter is also about assessment when you're building something up. So you've been starting things, you've been planning things, you've been starting to put things together, and now it's time to kind of look at things and assess where they're going, and keep that momentum as you go into the waxing gibbous. So it's sort of this midpoint where you've gotten the foothold and the root of it going, but you know, you have a moment to take a step and look, okay, how is this going? Where is it going? Is it going the way I want to? Are there any adjustments I need to be made at this time? And so that's something y'all are being asked to look at as well. So this has been your reading pile 2. I really hope this has been helpful for you and this has resonated. And best of luck to you all in navigating this new situation and achieving system harmony together. I'll see you all in the next reading. Hi there, pile 3. If you all picked the clear quartz crystal and the air symbol, this is going to be your reading on what are your next steps in your system harmony. And to start, we're going to be pulling this signifier card, which is going to give you an overall theme of what those next steps are going to look like and what they're trying to bring together. So let's look at that now. So we have glamour for you all. Into the mirror I now see the realms of possibility. So glamour isn't necessarily have to do anything with physical beauty, although that might be something some of y'all are into, but it does have to do with how one sees oneself and how each of you see yourselves. And so I think that this is a journey that y'all are working on right now, is how to feel good about what y'all are seeing in yourselves, whether that be physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, etc. So we'll get into what that looks like for y'all with the tarot, and then we'll pull some Mystic Cycles Oracle cards at the end to get additional messages for y'all. So let's get into that. Okay. So first, let's get into the tarot. What is pile 3 next steps for their system harmony? What is pile 3's next steps for their system harmony? Please and thank you. What are their next steps for system harmony? Oh, geez. Well, we're not going to do that many cards, Spirits. Thank you. We'll take this one because it came up right. Knight of Pentacles. Alright. What are the next steps for our pile 3s in system harmony? Please and thank you. What are those next steps? I think these two both want to come out. So 6 of Pentacles, Magician. Can I get one more for what the next steps are for our pile 3s? Please, Spirit Guides of pile 3. Oh, there we go. Okay. Interesting. Pile 2 got this one in this exact position as well for 6 of Cups. So if you were drawn to pile 2, I would take a look at that one as well. But let's see what we have for clarification for these cards. Can you please clarify the Knight of Pentacles, please, Spirits? Can you please clarify the Knight of Pentacles? Oh, Queen of Swords reversed. Okay. Can you clarify the 6 of Pentacles, please? Okay, thank you. The World. Can you clarify the Magician, please and thank you. Okay. Justice. Can we clarify the 6 of Cups, please and thank you? Okay. One just flew out. Grabbing it. Okay. And that was the Knight of Wands, and that flew all the way over there, so we'll talk about that too. So, to start pile 3, I can see that at present, y'all are really kind of looking out and considering things, you know, trying to discern the path ahead, trying to, you know, get a feel for what's out there and where you could potentially, you know, what path you could potentially take. I see that there is some difficulty in seeing the bigger picture. I think the folks who picked this, a lot of y'all, not all, but a lot of y'all are have a little bit more amnesia than some other systems might, so some of y'all might not have a lot of each other's memories or past each other's memories very easily. Whereas some plurals do have some ability to either communicate or to kind of have some of each other's memories, but in y'all's case, I think most of y'all might have a little bit more amnesia going on that might make it a little difficult to discern all of the possibilities that might be in front of you or to actually get a full picture of where you want to go. And when it comes to because if this is centering around your self-image and self-esteem and things like that, I'm getting that due to the differences in the way that y'all want to see yourselves, present yourselves, experience yourselves, that there is kind of a difficulty in pulling all that together into something that's it makes everybody happy. And so I think that is a current situation that y'all are working with. So we'll get into more about that and how you can move through that and how you can find this sense of clarity and get a sense for the bigger picture so that you can make a full map of this if that's what's needed. But let's see. So we have the Six of Pentacles, and this has to do with give and take. And when it's upright, it has a lot to do with generosity. And so, and you know, but it can be either generosity or accepting help in either case. It depends on your means at the time. So if you have a lot to give, whether that's to others of your altar, so like, say there are some altars in your system who have a lot of understanding of the inner workings of the system. Like if you have an internal self-helper or an archivist or someone who has a wealth of any kind of altar who has a wealth of information or understanding or even resources for the system. I would look to them. If for those of you who feel that there is a lack in this, I would look to them. And I think that this is about completion here with the world, clarifying this. So like whatever pieces you're missing, I do think that some of them do hold. If they do not hold them, or if they're not willing to give them, there are people who have this insight or can help you put these pieces together. With this world, you know, I would look to people who have done this sort of thing before, or who are currently working on this cycle as well. But definitely for those who have actually, you know, managed to do something like this, if not someone from within your system. So I do get this kind of give and take as well with balancing responsibilities. So if, you know, or you're balancing needs in regard to your self-image. So whether that has to do with, you know, your physical appearance, it would be about, you know, give and take when it comes to who can dress in what way, when, or who can put what makeup on. Or, you know, it's coming to these kinds of agreements and trying to make things fair, but also in relation to your self-image, like, say, you know, say, like, you have different genders within the system, and some of y'all want to see your body as more masculine, some of y'all want to see your body as more feminine, some of them want to see as androgynous, or however they prefer their presentation or their experience, like that would affect their level of dysphoria, right? So there'd have to be some sort of balance made between these elements for these system members. And so I take it there's going to be a lot of compromise involved. But yeah, to see the bigger picture, to see the complete whole here, you're going to need resources or information from other members of your system, or people who really, really know you and care about you, and you know you can trust. Those people may also be able to help. Here with the Magician, I do see though that it's probably within your system already, the picture that you need, all right, to make a full picture of this. You know, because the Magician has all the tools that they need at their disposal. And I think that, yeah, justice has to do with balance. This is a big balancing act for y'all. So I think that, like, if it were this simple, right, y'all would have already figured it out. It's not just like, oh yeah, make compromises. Obviously, that's part of it. But there's a lot of energies here that's like things being in this perfect balance. And I think that, like, y'all are just having difficulty seeing all the moving parts that would, like, it's not like you would have trouble organizing it if you could see all the moving parts. Y'all could figure that out pretty easily, but you can't, it's hard for you all to see the moving parts right now. So, get some strategies, hopefully, for y'all to do that. But what I'm thinking here is when we get into here, there's some inner inner healing that might need to be done. Now, with the Six of Cups, it's often read very differently for systems and plurals than for most, because it often has to do with childhood nostalgia and looking back on the past. And for plurals, most of whom, all of whom who are disordered, have extensive childhood trauma. So looking back on those times is not necessarily a pleasant experience. And so when I see this in context of systems, we're looking at inner child healing, or healing in regards to your child alters. And so this Knight of Wands tells me that there is a sense of urgency that I think y'all have, and that comes from your trauma. Like, you feel like you need to do everything now. You need to push and rush and have everything in this perfect way right now. And I think that probably came from something in your past that instilled that belief in you. And so whether in therapy or, doing shadow work, or however your healing modality works best for you, I would work with this child altar or teen altar. It might be a teen altar with the knight. It also could be a protector, a misguided protector, potentially, who has this trauma. But whoever holds this particular trauma, it might be important to work with them and try to help them heal during this process, because I think that this energy is probably impacting your life here in not the easiest way, because getting these things figured out and balanced is not like a quick overnight process, and there might be a lot of frustration and even anger at not being able to do all of this at once. And that might be an additional part of what's affecting a lot of y'all's self-image right now, right? Is this feeling that you might not be good enough if you don't have it all in order and you don't have it all figured out. Like, there might be a lot of pressure from within and possibly from without your system to have your shit together, right? And the fact that you don't think you have your shit together enough, or at least this person doesn't think that in your system, that you think that makes you not good enough, but that's not true. Everybody has different paces to do things, and nobody can do this level of getting things together and figuring it out overnight. So acceptance and working to help heal this person in your system is really going to be helpful for you. I'm getting, and you have the skills, you have the tools, you have what you need available to you, right? And the people within your system are available to you, right, to provide anything you feel like is lacking to see this big picture, right? This Queen of Swords in reverse also makes me think of potentially so this could be a caretaker altar who generally takes care of the mind. So this could be a counselor altar who helps with your mental health journey. This could be a internal self-helper of some kind, but some altar that helps with your mind, that takes care of your mind, would be someone to consider here as someone that I'm getting that whoever is watching this reading, this is someone who might be in-world a lot, so this might not be one of your main hosts, but it's someone like either from further into your system, or it might even be someone outside your system who knows you very well and cares very much for you. But it's someone, it could be a therapist, someone who helps you take care of your mind. But again, this is somebody that I think has been trying to get this across, or help this person who is trying to plan things right? This could be a kind of protector. With the knights, I often see protectors. This could be a protector altar who protects physical resources, protects the health, protects the body. And they might be feeling very affected. These are two knights here, so these are two different protectors. Or they could be the same protector, actually. But regardless, this protector is at least passively influencing this one, if not actually the same one. But this protector who is taking care of your body, or who's protecting your body and your resources, is not feeling great about themselves either, because they feel like their role, right, to get things organized or to figure out the right steps forward, physically speaking or financially speaking or anything like that, they feel like that's being they're not able to do their job properly because they don't understand everything they need to understand. And this and there's this rush coming from this protector, or the same protector, right, from the trauma that y'all have experienced. And so I think you know, trying to work more with this particular caretaker or therapist is going to be helpful here. Really, I think focusing on these particular, headmates, if you can, right? Like, if y'all do have a significant amount of amnesia, I would suggest, obviously journaling is suggested to most of us, but like writing down specific questions for them in a place that they'll find, right? Or like, if you have a therapist, talking to your therapist about like, what you want to talk to those people about, so that, you can address these things. But yeah, I do see things coming into harmony for you guys. You have the skills, you have this like really good sense of balance and fairness, and how to really put things together in a very cohesive and unified way that you can create an amazing situation out of this and feel much better about yourselves. But like, it's not about this when it comes to feeling better about yourselves, and I think this is what it's ultimately going to be revealed here, is that it's more about working through what makes you feel like you shouldn't feel good about yourself if you don't do this in a certain way or all at once. That's ultimately going to be something to get the root at here, which will help you with your system harmony as a whole, right? If there's been disagreements between these two, working with that trauma will help resolve that. I want to get some Mystic Cycles Oracle cards for you now to get a little bit more information about this before the end of the reading, to hopefully pull this stuff together. So what does pile 3 need to know additionally to help tie this together for their next steps in their journey to system harmony? Oh, this one came out. Okay. Wax and gibbous. What are the next steps? Okay. There's one. Scorpio. One more, please. Thank you, spirits. One more, please, and thank you. One more. Oh, one turned upside down. Okay. The waxing crescent. Okay. So some of these might have to do with timing readings. So like, if you're watching this when it's posted, it's either close to or during Scorpio season. And so this might have to do with timing. So sometime within Scorpio season, something will shift here, or you'll be able to gain more clarity. With the waxing gibbous and the waxing crescent, the waxing moon is highlighted, so this might be also very important timing, as anytime during the waxing moon things might shift and go forward. For individual energies with this, I see you all going through a major transformation with all of this that's happening right now in the way that y'all see yourselves, and that I think that, it's just going to get better over time. As y'all go through this transformative process, I see that this is a lot deeper than you might think on the surface, and some things may need to be dug up with Scorpio here. And you might have some feelings come up when you do this work of you know, vengefulness or anger at the people who instilled this mindset in you, and it's going to be important to process and move through that so that it doesn't, you know, cause any further disruption for y'all that isn't, you know, able to be managed in a healthy way. With this waxing gibbous, I see that, you know, the momentum is building here. Like, you know, transformation will happen, right? Whether or not y'all do this, but it will build up as an energy to be released later. And, you know, if you take action first, you'll be able to make sure it's going the way you want to. So just following the momentum of this is pretty important when it comes to this, and additionally with the waxing crescent, you know, I also see, you know, this has the same planning energy of kind of considering how things are going to go, pulling the pieces together, and so I think that, like, y'all will be able to do that, but it's going to take this kind of transformative process, and that is going to be involving working through the trauma behind your self-image, right? Before, you know, and it doesn't mean that it has to be fully healed, or, you know, healing is a lifelong process, but I mean, like, this current cycle of transformation that you're undergoing with this, when you're working on this trauma, right? Once that cycle goes through, you'll be able to access this ability to really see the bigger picture and pull these pieces together and really harmonize with each other in that way. But yeah, feeling better about yourselves, and, you know, actually, you know, having a more constructive and healthy self-image is ultimately going to come through the transformation, not through you getting all the pieces together first, right? So that's what I'm mainly seeing for y'all, pile 3. I really hope this helped with you in your situation, and I really wish you guys luck on, you know, feeling better about yourselves. And you guys are so worthy, you're so valid, you have so much going for you, you are so talented and so powerful, and I know y'all will step into that, and it's going to be great for y'all. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next reading. Hi there, pile 4. If you picked the pile with the piece of amber and the fire symbol, this is going to be your reading. And we're going to be looking at the next steps for you in your system harmony. And to do that, we're first going to look at this signifier card, which is going to tell us a major theme that y'all are headed towards in your journey right now. And then from there, we're going to get into the tarot and then pull some oracle cards near the end. So let's get into that now. So your signifier card here is letting go. Allow the wisdom to remain, the sting I shall never feel again. All right. So I see from this pile 4 that there is a lot of pain that y'all are dealing with right now. You know, some really troubling things might have happened recently, or perhaps old things have been dug up, and it's been, you know, causing a lot of strife in y'all's life. And I think that, you know, that's going to be a major focus for you during this. With this fire here, I take it that this might have been causing a lot of frustration or a lot of inflammatory situations, and I really want to get into what's going on with this so we can help you navigate and move through this together towards a more harmonious state. So let's get into the tarot. So we're going to use the Cosmic Coven Tarot, which, yes, we picked because it's close to our system name. But yeah, let's find out what are the next steps for pile 4 for their journey to system harmony. What are the next steps for pile 4 in their journey to system harmony? What are the next steps for pile 4 in their journey to system harmony? What are those steps? Spirit guides at pile 4, please and thank you. What are those steps? Pile 4, spirit guides, please and thank you. Okay, got a couple of them jumping out here. Gonna take them in the order Let us see. Then we got the Star, the Three of Pentacles. Okay, I like that. All right. What else are the steps for? Okay, got the Ace of Swords reversed. Pile 4s. Oh, geez. Okay. We got 2 that came out here. We're just going to try to get both of them in there. With the 7 of Pentacles in reverse and the 5 of Wands. I think another pile got these in a different context, but... Alright, let's get some clarifiers for these. Okay. We have a clarifier for Star, please. Clarifier for the Star, please. Okay, I like that one. Fool reversed, okay. Clarifier. Okay, there are 2 for this one, Queen of Swords reversed and the 4 of Wands reversed. Can I get a clarifier for the Ace of Swords, please? Ace of Swords, please and thank you. Clarifier, okay. Got the King of Cups. Similar to another one. I think it was, I don't remember if it was pile 2 or something like that, but oh. Let's see. We need a clarifier for the, oh, I guess I didn't, yeah, let's do that. 3 of Wands. Alright. So pile 4. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is that, you know, hope is something that y'all had more of recently. And I think I heard the words false start when looking at the Fool. Like, usually it's a little different, but in this case, I'm getting false start. So, like, you had hope for something working out within your system or in your system situation. And it seemed like it started out okay, and then it didn't. And that has sucked. So I can see that y'all have had a lot of inspiration. Y'all have been trying to be more authentic, more empowered in who you are, right? And this new thing you were doing or you were experiencing seemed like it was taking you in the right direction. So let's look at this to see more of how this is going and what to do about that, right? So we have this 3 of Pentacles, which is about collaboration and working together. And so I think that, you know, y'all do have members that do collaborate very well within your system. That there's at least a group of altars who maybe hosts a lot of the time who can work together pretty well. And, you know, they might have been working together on this. And y'all might be pretty disheartened by what's happened here. But y'all still work together very well. And I wanna emphasize that. That has not hindered your skills or who you guys are at all. Clarifying this, right? We have the Queen of Swords reversed, the 4 of Wands reversed. Now, for some of you, getting that there was a falling out between members of your system or between your system and someone close to y'all. I think, you know, for some of y'all, this might have been a relationship, though, you know, not necessarily, but this can often be about things like marriage or like people who are together. But what I'm seeing here is it seems like with this queen, right, that someone, possibly even a caretaker who is part of this group, probably kind of went separate ways from someone. This could have been, again, a person outside of y'all or a person within the system that they were close to. This is someone who is very perceptive, who sees a lot of what's going on, who has a mind for the bigger picture. And they either went their separate ways or something caused disharmony with them that you feel like has disrupted this group. What I'm seeing here is that this has made it so, because so these swords are in reverse here, I think that this has made it so that it's difficult for y'all to use the ideas that this person would normally have, or to, you know, use their mind in the ways that y'all had, or like, not use, but you know what I mean, like to, you know, benefit from the kind of wisdom that this particular person had. And I do think that what's happened, though, now for some of you this is a split, and someone's split in your system who was this kind of person, and for those of you who that's true for, one of the resulting alters, at least one of them, if not multiple, are very compassionate people, and all of that mental strength went into this kind of emotional strength. Like they were probably working on, y'all have been letting go of something, trying to let go of the past, right? Or working on your healing journey. And what y'all have been working on, part of it, you know, whatever y'all have been collaborating on, some of it has worked, right? Even if there was a split for y'all, something was gained from this person's mind that has filtered into this altar or these altars in a way that's made them very emotionally mature. That they've been able to open their heart in a new way. And this King of Cups is a seahorse, you know, so they're very loving to their children. So if y'all have children, this might be involved, but it also could be involved, child alters, right? Like this might be someone who is a great protector of your child alters, or like who is, you know, very compassionate towards other people and others within your system. And I think that, you know, even though, you know, for those of you who this was a split, or, you know, new altars, or even if it wasn't, there is some altar that's like this, or altars that are like this in your system, that will be able to help you in this situation with letting go of these things that you're trying to let go of. And I take it, when I'm looking for what it is that is causing this pain, like for some of you it was a relationship that didn't work out, or a parting of ways, or just, you know, something that had to, that seemed like it was good at first, but then just didn't pan out and kind of dashed your hopes. You know, this person or people are gonna be able to help you move through these emotions regarding it, so that you can regain a sense of peace and move forward in your lives. And so I would talk to or work with this altar or part of you who is resulting from this, or who is very connected to this. What I do see here, right, we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, we have Five of Wands, clarified by the Three of Wands. So if it isn't something that can be grown, there's no use competing for it. I'm taking it that the competition that would be involved in trying to do this would be futile, and like as far as trying to regain the thing that was lost or the person that was lost. It would not be the way to go here. The key to this is going to be working through this emotionally so that you can seek new horizons and move forward with your life into your more long-term goals and your inspirations and your passions, which, you know, will be a whole nother journey for y'all. But you don't need things to be the way that they were, or to have the people that you had or the person that you had, to be able to keep moving forward and following your long-term dreams and goals. Like, this was not meant to be. Like, it wasn't going to grow, right? And I know that's not easy to hear, and that's not easy to think about. And it's awful that y'all had to go through something like this. But there is hope, right? It's just not in the place you might have thought. But there is always hope, and there's always a way through. And so right now, it's just really important that y'all focus on processing what's happened, and really allowing yourselves to move through that, and not getting too caught up on immediately trying to grow something new, or trying to regain the same things you had. Remember that you do have people who care about you very much, all of y'all, and who are willing to pour their heart into helping you through the situation, helping you through these emotions, helping you through this loss, and helping you regain that sense of harmony, or building it anew. So that's what I'm getting for your tarot cards. I'm going to go into some Mystic Cycles Oracle cards now to see if there are any further messages and energies that need to be considered for this, because I do feel like there's a little bit more to it. But that processing emotion is going to be the main goal for y'all in that regard, and that this particular person can help. But let's see what else y'all might need to know about this and your next steps forward. Okay, we're not going to do that many card spirits, but I'll take the ones that came up. So that's Leo. Y'all don't have to be Leo, but you could be. Right, any other energies or messages or timings or anything for pile 4? Spirit guides? Oh, there's another one that did come up, right? Witching hour. Any other messages for pile 4? There's one. Alright, pride. Okay, it's interesting you have Leo and pride. Witching hour in the middle. So, I'm seeing here, as far as timings are concerned, some relevant timings may be Leo season. If that's coming up relatively close for you guys when you're watching this. If not, it might have to do with when the moon is in Leo. Might be something to look out for as far as important timings for this. Maybe windows of opportunity, or good days to work on these things. Witching hour, I'm also getting some of you might be night owls, and if you are doing your healing work late at night, may be very good for you, especially if you live in places where it's hard to get some privacy. But definitely could be timing as well, as far as something may strike you inspiration wise, or this particular altar may be more available to help you during those times, or maybe up more during those times. So that might be something to consider for pride. This has less to do with timings as it does to do with the next stage of your journey. As far as timings with this, would have more to do with when you get to a point where you start feeling more confident again. Doesn't mean you are perfectly confident all the time, but where you start to feel more whole within yourselves, right? Such that you aren't feeling is attached to the loss after you've grieved and after you've processed, right? And so I think that what this is telling you, in addition to the messages we've already had, is that who you are is amazing and powerful, and you have, y'all all have a real sense of like leadership buried within you. The ability to inspire other people, inspire each other, and y'all have very warm hearts, right? Even, yes, I heard some of you being like, yeah, okay, but even y'all, deep down, somewhere in there, have these very warm hearts. It might be clouded by stuff that's happened to you, but it's there. And for those of you that are magically inclined, I'm getting a message to engage with your magical practice to additionally help you with releasing these energies. Meditation also can be very helpful in this regard. Late night meditations, going to sleep right after them. But yes, I keep being drawn to the lion here. I know it's Leo. There's like a lion on her shirt. And I'm getting the idea like wearing it on your sleeve. I think like, don't let yourself bury these things. Like, let them be with you. Let them be visible so that you can honor them, right? Like, I'm thinking of the strength card with like, taming the inner beast isn't actually about harnessing it and forcing it to do what you want. It's about walking alongside it with mutual trust and respect. And I think that's, something that when facing these shadows of, loss and pain and frustration, that we do with these things. We do that with these feelings and with these experiences so that they can be honored and moved through. So that you can reach a place of self-confidence and assuredness in yourselves to pull yourselves forward and continue moving forward with life. So, that is what I'm seeing for you, Pile 4. I really hope that this has been helpful and that y'all are able to heal through this and get to the next stage of your life safely and happily, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see you in the next reading.